Rad? Rad? What are you... Oh, we're looking at Rabbids, aren't we?
Hurry! We've got to go after that spark of light!
Yes, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is here to give us more of the surprisingly good Mushroom Kingdom meets Rabbids tactical goodness that we first saw in Kingdom Battle.
And it all begins in typical Mario adventure fashion, when a big bad thing shows up and ruins an otherwise lovely day. But surprise, it's not Bowser this time. It's a gigantic galactic manta ray controlled by an evil force known as Cursor, which is gunking up everything with darkness. Cue our team of heroes heading off on an adventure to sort that out.
This time they've brought in a lot of elements from Mario Galaxy. You and your crew jump on a spaceship and head to a handful of unique planets to try and track down Rosalina to help take on Cursor in their stronghold. Sadly though, no worlds or fights are set on tiny round little planetoids, which is a missed opportunity in my books.
That would have been very cool. But we also soon meet Sparks, which are Rabbid versions of Loomis. 2 Sparks can be attached to any character and can either give their attacks status effects like fire or unlock extra abilities. They're a great addition and open up heaps of possible strats and combos. You could combine the close quarters fighting of Rabbid Mario with a spark that pulls enemies towards you, or give long-range Luigi the ability to turn invisible to sneak behind enemy lines, to name just a few options.
Yeah, more choice is just about everywhere, and more choice means more potential tactics. You're no longer forced to take Mario into each battle, freeing you up to choose whichever 3 heroes you want. Although several battles will force you to bring a specific character or team to the fight. But this was a welcome way to just push me outside my comfort zone a little bit and bring more designed puzzly style battles to the table.
I do really love the roster of the heroes too. Each of them feels powerful and useful and just satisfying to play with, so it's definitely worth experimenting with each of them. We have lost Yoshi and Rabbid Yoshi as heroes, but in their place, we get a few new faces. These include the sword-flinging, dash-chaining Edge, the grumpy, demotivational Rabbid Rosalina, and the rocket-launching, explosive minion-spawning tank that is Bowser. I do wish they'd made Rabbid Bowser, though. That's something the world needs to see.
I think I could live without it. They have tweaked the combat a fair bit, too. Movement is perhaps where the biggest change comes in. Characters can now wander around within their range of movement, free to use their abilities and then continue moving around. It's only once they fire their weapon that they get locked in place. This is a huge shift from the Kingdom Battle grid.
Oh, absolutely. And it's amazing how much it opens your options in battle. Letting you and your team leapfrog off each other, fire off special abilities and dashes, and then wander around a bit to find the perfect position before finally taking your shot. It's a great system.
And some characters are able to do multiple team jumps. Combined with things like pipes and jump pads you can launch off as much as you like, it makes for a super mobile tactics game where, if you plan it right, you can zip around the whole battlefield.
I also enjoyed how they managed to change up the objectives in each fight too. You'll go from simply having to wipe out the enemy team, having to just reach a certain point, or survive wave after wave, battle through a multi-phase boss, or have some unique objective like this one level where you have to throw special bombs to break dark mist dams. Each battle manages to feel unique in some way.
Definitely. And even though some of the side encounters are a bit samey, I did love the huge variety in maps. From huge multi-level arenas to tiny little islands, it constantly mixes things up. Outside of those battles, the overworlds are more fleshed out too. Each world feels more like a big, interesting space to explore rather than just a glorified map, with lots of characters and stories sprinkled around too.
Oh, bingo, bingo, bongo, baby.
They're also chock full of little puzzles that were pretty simple, but just engaging and brief enough to not feel like annoying busy work.
And each world is filled with side missions, as well as enemies wandering around, which you can choose to ignore or take on for a quick fight to get some extra star bits and XP. Those star bits can then be fed to your sparks to level them up and improve their bonuses. Meanwhile, leveling up will get you skill prisms, which you can throw into each character's skill tree to boost their abilities in some pretty exciting ways that really change things up. And I love that you're able to reallocate the prisms anytime with no cost.
Same. And I thought this story was pretty cute too. It's just a fun and silly adventure with nice little cutscenes and a bit of heart to it.
I'm back.
They've even given the Rabbids actual voices too.
Hey, little fella.
Thankfully, they don't speak much, so it doesn't ruin the traditional Rabbid vibe, but does give the Rabbids just a little bit more personality.
Hey, mamma mia!
But we should wrap this up. Final thoughts, Jem?
Well, I mean, what's not to love? It's a brilliant, bright, deep tactics game. So I'm giving Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Yeah, they took a winning formula and made a few little tweaks to just make it even better. I'm also giving it 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Blah!